You take the good with the bad. You're a good person and a wicked artist. You're very sensitive. I find you intriguing. You're a strong person. You're not too crusty for an old guy. You're a funny fella. You're one sexy mother. You make my day. My kids like you. All these thoughts crossed his mind as she came screaming towards him with a long butcher's knife. I normally order the Pepsi Max.
All my Savvy B, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. All my staff members know what I drink. That's the first thing they learn.
Steak and chips.
Steak and chips.
Well, I ought to say hello to the staff and say, I'll have a schooner of super dry, thank you, which is supplied very quickly and down very quickly as well.
Then I follow it up by having soda water with lime.
So I'm just a beer man, as you may or may not realise. So Carlton Draft's basically.
Decided to go super dry because it's less calories because the weight was going very much around the belly. So I dropped the Carlton Draft for a while. So no doubt I will get back on it one day. Soon, I hope.
Yeah, I'm a bit addicted to the nachos. The nachos here are really good, but I like it in a bowl. I don't like it flat, I like it in a bowl.
We work in the kitchen for the Limerick Arms. We cook, we prepare the dishes, and we give it to the customers in a perfect way as they want it. My name is Avish.
And I'm Siddhanta.
Siddhanta Sagran.
I'm basically trying to run this show. So I'm a manager over here. So my name is Zuzana. Everyone over here calls me Zeus, pretty much. Apparently I'm not from here. You can hear my accent, so I'm from Slovakia.
And I live at Park Towers, which is the local high-rise housing commission flat just around the corner from here. My name's Michael, and I'm a writer. I've had 10 books published by small presses since 1998. I'm also a music organiser and activist, and I organise music events when I get funding. It doesn't really pay me a wage, but I can pay people, which is the main thing. I have lots of great musical friends, and I'm also an accidental independent film producer.
Worked in the building industry for maybe 9 years and retired 5 years ago. I'm Bob Danson. I come originally from East Gippsland. Lived in Melbourne here for maybe getting on 12 years now. Majority of the time living at the Limerick.
The Limerick has always been around since I've been here. I'm Jenny Stanley and I've lived in South Melbourne since I was 10-year-old.
And I have chambers in the city in William Street opposite the Supreme Court. So I've been doing that for 15 years. Prior to that I was a solicitor, and prior to that I was a homicide squad detective. So law's been my forte all my life. So Neil Howard is my name. I'm a barrister at law. I specialise in crime and sport. But if I don't turn up here at the hotel on 4:30 on every night, there's somebody
where are you? Why aren't you here? Or whatever. Are you okay? Whatever.
Come Wednesdays and Saturdays. Religious.
And if I don't come, I wonder what's going on, if they miss me or whatever. So it's an everyday event. Come up here in the evening, have a couple of beers and go home. Yeah, all good.
But as a regular barfly, I've been coming here since just before COVID.
If I'm caught up in court in a serious matter and I can't get here for a fortnight, they're generally in the back of my mind, you know, that the first thing I must do is get down to the Limerick and catch up with the guys.
Walk in and you know that you're gonna see smiley face either or side of the bar, either behind the bar in the local corner or anywhere else.
The Limerick has the best staff around here. They are also kind and friendly. And
I think it's more about the people, like, you know, like we work together.
And
we
knock
have-
off every night.
I like coming here because the staff are young and they're very nice and they don't judge me because I'm very poor. And they always listen to my jokes and
You know, the people are really genuinely friendly.
they give me free drinks every now and then, which is good.
I've hired every single of you. You guys are my family. It's just like, and seeing you just growing up as well, and just like, few of you just starting really like shy, and then just getting the self-esteem, and just like getting confident pouring the beers, and getting confident talk to people.
Yeah, we celebrated Christmas.
And
It's
we
just been
celebrate-
5
we
months
celebrate
here.
everything together. Like whenever someone leaves, we have a,
Farewell party.
We have a
It's
farewell
just
party.
been 5 months here, and we've celebrated
and it's not
Christmas.
about just drinking.
We've celebrated St. Patrick's Day, and we even celebrated Nepali New Year last time. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was really fun.
And there's a few friends here, well, a few people that I'd characterise as friends, like Bob.
Obviously, Bobby.
Bobby,
I would say since day one, like he was always like a grandpa for everyone, and always just like really like nice guy. There's like, and then like good way, like it's not that creepy, like, oh lovely, how was your day? And it's like coming over just to say hello, and it's like making sure that you are fine, you don't need anything, and then stuff like that. So
They're my family. Pretty much they are.
Yeah, I've met this new friend I mentioned before. I met a friend called Neil Howard, who's a barrister.
Yeah, I have one in particular. There was a fellow of the name of Michael that would come in here, and I don't know a lot about Michael's background. An older chap, maybe in his mid-60s, and he basically wouldn't talk to anyone. He would drink cold water or soda water, and he'd predominantly just spend time by himself. But
He's not a snob, you know, he likes to shout people drinks, and he shouted me free tickets to the NRL game last week.
the NRL were playing one night on the television, and I sort of got engaged with him watching the game. And it was a tight game, and I said, look, if we win this game, we being Melbourne Storm, I'll take you to a game. And that was the Storm versus Rabbitohs game last week. So I actually took him. We left here, caught a tram into the city, then a tram out to Amy Stadium, and we had great seats, watched the game. He was really overawed by the whole thing. And
I've only just met him, but he seems like a really good guy, and I think he has a good heart, and he's sensitive about poor people. You know, he's not about money, he's about sharing his money with other people.
It stems back from my days in the police force. You know, I can recall when I was in the homicide squad, we had a detective from Perth come over, and he wasn't used to our cold weather. So I'd had a couple of beers, and I think it's generally when I've had a couple of beers, I tend to be a bit generous. So I gave him my black coat, and my fellow detectives from the Melbourne office were trying to get it back off him because, you know, they said, Neil, you can't be giving away, you know, property that's worth $300, $500. But so it's similar to shouting people a beer. If I have generally on Saturday I might have a horse bet, and if I get the quadrella, I'll shout the bar. So, you know, it makes me feel good, and, you know, why not? I
think it's more than just a pub. I think it's a meeting meeting place for all sorts of people.
Well, I guess pubs are a watering hole, and we often see here on a particular night an athletics club come here, they get ready, run around the lake and then come back here for a drink. So it's a gathering place, but it's a communal place, it's a family place, it's another home for quite a number of regulars here.
With Jenny, like, she's not drinking at all, and it means a world to her, just like...
It means everything. It means my outings, my meals half the time. It's just wonderful.
I go and check on her, like I said, and worry about her when she falls over.
Even when she was in the hospital, no, she came from the hospital, we're just like sending her lunches to her home, so it's not like you need to come over and have a drink to get the local vibe or the local support.
And I promise it wasn't about drinking. It wasn't only about drinking. It was about us all coming together to enjoy something.
Yeah. There is a feeling of community.
The regulars have a seating arrangement at the northern end of the bar.
And you know they're gonna be there. And also, you know, like any troubles or any issues you have or whatever, they're gonna be there for you just to listen to you or try to help and it creates, for the pub, it creates good atmosphere. Like you see just having people, like once you walk in, having people on the local corner laughing, talking shit and just like even saying hi to strangers and talking to strangers.
They invited me to sit with them and engage in their conversations, and before you knew it, sitting at the bar with them, and yeah, I'm friends with them.
Well, because we've been close friends ever since.
You always can find someone in the local corner pretty much, so if you feel like you wanna, feeling alone or whatever, you wanna have a chat, you just come down and...
But they're genuine, and that's what brings me back, that genuine feel about the people.
No, it's nice to know that people care about you, and they do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good venue. I wish they had more music like they used to have.
If I retire, I may head down the coast. If I head down the coast, well, my attendances here will drop away tremendously. But I'll endeavour to get back here maybe once or twice a month. But in the meantime, I don't see why I wouldn't continue in the same vein, once or twice a week.
I come here on a walker. and as long as I can get around here, I'll come on the walker.
Till they cart me away, probably.
Yeah, I told one of the barmaids down below my favourite joke. It's about two prawns, Jonathan and Christian. And Jonathan says, I'm tired of being a prawn, I want to be a shark. And Christian says, go to the cod has magic powers. So he sees the cod, he's turned to a shark and he's swimming in the ocean, but everyone's scared of him, even his friend. So he gets really lonely, so he goes back to the cod and he gets turned back to his former self. And he's swimming along and he sees his friend and he yells out, it's okay, I've seen cod, I'm a prawn again, Christian.